Are you tired of struggling with belly fat that just won't seem to budge, no matter how hard you try? Maybe you've tried dieting only to feel like you're constantly battling those sugar cravings, or maybe you notice that no matter what you try, the belly fat just won't go away. So in this episode, I'm going to talk about what really works to start coming in control of the belly fat, especially as we navigate perimenopause and menopause and our hormones are all over the place. And I'm specifically going to be tuning into strength training and how strength training and exercise can impact belly fat and boost our metabolism and balance hormones and really help us to feel strong and confident and helping you to embrace your body. So I hope this episode gives you guys a little motivations and a different way to look at belly fat and hopefully some more understanding. And if you guys are feeling stuck on your health journey and know that you could benefit from my on-demand personal training app or maybe health coaching, really diving deeper into what's holding you back, I'm here to help and support you. So check the description for all the ways that you can work with me and feel free to set up a free call with me if you have questions and just to make sure that we're a fit. So many people put off getting support, but don't let that be you any longer if you need it. Make sure you get started today. Hi friends, and welcome to the Healthy Beyond 40 show. I'm Michelle, mama 4 and military wife, and I'm passionate about helping women get healthy from the inside out so they can feel better and live their best life. Do you feel like you're struggling to lose weight and get in shape? If you're ready to develop healthier habits, exercise consistently, and lose weight sustainably, then you're in the right place. I combine my expertise from my doctorate in physical therapy to my experience as a health coach, personal trainer, and yoga teacher to bring you actionable steps for a healthy lifestyle. No magic pill here, so lace up those shoes and get moving. Now, before I even get started with some of the technical stuff and practical things, I want to be talking about mindset because this is so important and people often overlook it. But when we're talking about belly fat, usually we're not feeling great about our body. And we really need to shift our mindset to acceptance and appreciating our body just the way it is. That doesn't mean we can't work on being healthy or work out or do these other things that are good for us. But if we're fighting our current reality of what our body is, it really makes losing weight so much harder. So we have to start to shift that mindset away from that body shaming to appreciating what our bodies can do and to know that it's okay to have struggles and to not be in the shape you want or for your body to not look like what it's not. We have to be okay with what feels like an imperfection to us. And we have to remember that everybody's different. Some people are going to be tall. Some people are going to be short. I'm only 5'1". I am short. I am never going to be tall. Some people are going to have a big chest. Some people are going to have a small chest. Some people are going to have more weight in the trunk of their body. Some people are going to have bigger thighs. And we have to accept our bodies because we're all bent towards different body types. And that is okay. Everything doesn't have to look the same on everybody. That's the media. We don't have to get stuck in that trap anymore, but we have to notice these thoughts that we're having in our head, in our mind, because they are sort of ruling us. And how can we start to shift towards more acceptance and appreciation of our bodies? How can we acknowledge how our bodies have supported us through life? From maybe you've had kids, you've been pregnant. Like, my goodness, how do we push children out of our bodies? I still do not understand after 4 kids. The stress of having kids. Maybe you've been sick. Maybe you have supported people when they're in the hospital and your feet and your legs walked you through that hospital. How can we acknowledge and appreciate our bodies and have gratitude for them instead of beating them up in our mind all the time? And out loud, a lot of times we're beating our body up to other people. Like we're treating ourselves so crappy. But God created our bodies so intricately. And we're not necessarily supposed to look like that model or that actress. We are meant to have fat. We are meant to have some fat around our belly. Of course, we don't want a lot where it puts us at risk for health diseases. We're meant to have scars. wrinkles, gray hairs. My gray hairs keep coming in. But if we stand in a place where we're fighting our body's aging, we're fighting reality, and it doesn't make us feel good. How can we start to accept those ways that our body is changing and that our body is? That we might have saggy skin, we might have wrinkles, gray hair, scars. We might have a little more fat on our hips or our belly. But we don't want to fight that reality. And as I'm talking about strength training today, the other thing I think strength training does for our mindset is that it helps to build confidence. Like when you can lift something up, you feel good. My mom is visiting here this week, and we were doing some strength training together, and we did some squats with 25 pounds weights. And at home, sometimes she'll use like 212s, but like holding one 25-pound weight just makes you feel stronger. And I had her doing we have these rings that we do rows on, body weight, but it's hard. And she was able to do a few, and she felt so good and so confident after that. So when we really work our bodies and we strength train and we get stronger, it creates this confidence in ourselves too. All right, so let's keep digging into this topic, but I don't want you guys to ever ignore the mindset because it really rules everything you do or don't do in different areas of your life. So I want you to work on that first. So especially as we're getting older, between a combination of hormonal changes, what seems like slower metabolism, lifestyle factors, maybe we're moving less, maybe we're eating more, maybe we're becoming more insulin resistant, then we might be putting a little more weight around our belly. Or we're stressed more. So many of us have so much on our plates, and that stress can increase cortisol and different things that then can lead to belly fat. And so today I'm specifically just going to be narrowing a little bit more on strength training when it comes to belly fat. Now, when we are strength training, we're building muscle. And what happens when we build muscle is we're increasing our metabolism, so the rate our body burns calories. So the more muscle we have, the more calories our body is going to burn doing nothing. So let's say I put on 20 pounds of muscle. Then I'm going to be burning more calories every day doing the exact same thing that I normally do versus when I have 20 pounds less of muscle. And muscle is also really important just as we age for our overall vitality and health and longevity in life too. But when we're talking here, we're going to burn more calories the more muscle mass that we have. And we have to really train to increase that muscle mass. So we want to, as we're aging, our muscle mass can start to decline. So we really want to counteract that by having enough protein, because protein is going to be the building block to muscle. And also taking that time to do that strength training where we're feeling those muscles burn. We are working them. And this will help our metabolism as we're going through perimenopause and menopause. So there's really so many benefits to doing strength training, but just sort of focusing in on this little part today. All right, I just want to pause real quick and tell you guys, for over 2 years, I've been using Organifi's green juice and their gold, and they've really become staples in my routine. And these both really help me with stress. And as I was just saying, less stress is going to mean less body fat storage, especially around our belly. And it helps our mood and all those different things, as sometimes our hormones are fluctuating a lot. The green juice has superfoods like ashwagandha, which is an adaptogen herb. It has a clinical dose in it. So it's not just like a little bit added. It's a clinical dose of it. So it's like getting this extra supplement along with it. It can also help to support digestion and reduce bloating. The Organifi Gold is a nice warm drink you can make at night that has turmeric and ginger and lemon balm, really calming ingredients that can help reduce inflammation, improve sleep. So these two products work great together. And if you get the Organifi green juice, I really like the green apple one. And usually when I have this in the morning, I'll add some extra collagen protein in it. And I either have it with water and lemon, or sometimes I have this other vanilla protein powder I'll put in there that has like a little bit of a stevia sweetener, and I'll have it with almond milk. So there's different ways you can have it, so you can try some different things out. And you guys can use the code HEALTHY20 to save 20% off, and use that code anytime you order from there, so you can use it more than once. And there will be a link in the description where you guys can find out more info about that. So especially as we're going through perimenopause into menopause, estrogen is decreasing. Progesterone is a calming hormone that's decreasing. Our testosterone is decreasing. And the estrogen also really fluctuates, but overall it's going down. And sometimes when these hormones are shifting and lowering, we can be more prone to stress. So then our cortisol, our stress hormone, might raise, and that can lead to belly fat storage. We might reach for sweets more often because we're feeling stressed, and then which can further put us into more insulin resistance, which can further lead to that belly fat storage. So of course, there are nutritional things that we need to do, and I'm not focusing on that in this episode. So I just want you to keep in mind there is that. We can't just eat processed foods and sugar and expect our belly fat to go away. We need to work on that too. But this other piece is that strength training. And when we can start to put on that muscle and make our body stronger and more leaner, then that can help to boost our energy and boost our metabolism. And as we're doing that, it can help to reduce our belly fat. And we can't spot train. So you can't just I'm going to get rid of just this fat on my belly. That's not how it works. People are typically going to lose fat proportionally throughout their body. Some people will lose fat in more than one area or the other, or they might hold on to fat in one area or the other. So we really have to look at our overall body. So for example, if I want to use belly fat, I'm not just going to work my core. I'm going to work my legs, my back, my arms, because I want to increase my muscle mass overall to increase my metabolism. Because crunches are not going to get rid of your belly fat. And I will, since I just brought this up, in the description, I have a 5-day core challenge that's free. It's 5 minutes, and it teaches you how to train your core. And so when we do core training, this is what I want you guys to focus on. But don't think that core training is going to get rid of your belly fat. Usually that's more of a metabolism, diet, overall body fat problem. And the other thing you really need to keep in mind when you're thinking about strength training and wanting to lose weight is consistency. So when it comes specifically to your strength training and your exercise, you're going to have to figure out a plan for you that you can stick with. That's going to be effective for building your muscles and muscles overall. We're not going to just focus on one area. So maybe for you, whether you want to go to the gym and lift weights or you want an exercise program at home, really making sure you're creating something that you can sustain, because it's not what you can do in 1 week or 1 month. It's going to be over the long haul, over the years of consistent exercise. Because one, you don't want to just get your body to a certain size or shape or weight or whatever that is and not be able to maintain it. So you have to come up with a plan to stay consistent. And especially when it comes to strength training, I always recommend at least 3 days a week. But you can do more, especially add some variety in yoga for strength training, and you're using those muscles in different ways. And as you are exercising, as you are changing habits, I want you guys to celebrate the progress you've made. And this goes back to the mindset a little bit. So often, we're not celebrating the progress or changes we made because we're not where we want to be, or we're not doing things like we want to. Maybe I want to work out 5 days a week, but I'm only hitting 3 days. And if I'm beating myself up for only doing 3 days, I'm not going to get much further. But what if I could celebrate, I have gone from 0 to 3 days? That's a pretty big feat. So we have to really look for this progress that we are making. And especially as I'm doing health coaching calls with clients, they don't notice the progress that they're making. And we don't feel like we're making progress. Sometimes it's harder to keep going. So notice the positive changes you have made, even if you're not where you want to be. Because again, we have to think over the long haul. We have to think a year down, not just this week or this month. So appreciate your body for what it can do. Make sure you have a schedule or routine to get your strength training in. Even though we didn't talk about it, work on that nutrition piece too when it comes to belly fat, and start to appreciate and embrace your body. Get stronger. Notice how good it feels to be strong. So if you're ready to lose that belly fat, build strength, and finally start feeling like that healthiest version of yourself, add some strength training in. It's not about restricting or shaming your body, but empowering it, helping you to become stronger, leaner, healthier, more confident. So, friends, put down those sweets and pick up those weights and start making changes today. Your body's done so much for you, and it's time to appreciate it and use your body and strengthen it for the way it was meant to be. And don't forget, if you guys need any support, check the description down below. I would love to help you.